So number 11 is pretty easy, because it says if the x-coordinate is greater than 3, so that's positive, and the y-coordinate is negative, what quadrant is it in? Well, we know that this is 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So positive, negative, right, would be quadrant 4. Yeah? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said, but I switched them.
Oh. Okay. What is the answer to part A if the first coordinate is less than 3?
3.
Well, it could be in 4 or 3, right? It could be in 4 or 3. So part A is that it's in quadrant 4. Part B, it's in 3 or 4. Right? Because it's still less than 3 is 2. 2 is less than 3, right? It's still positive, right? Doesn't become negative until it hits below 0. And it can also be on the y-axis, yeah? And the y-axis is not quadrant 3 or 4. If it's on the axis, if it's 0, it's not on 3. Guys,
I know, he's doing it to me.
if it's quadrant 3 minus 3, right? Less than 3, okay? 0, then now it's on the y-axis. It's not on a quadrant at all. It's not. So you have to remember, the quadrants are 1, 2, 3, 4, but this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. If it's on the axis, it's not in a quadrant. Okay? 13, plot the points. That should be fairly simple. Change the sign of the y-coordinates in each of the points in the part A and plot these new points. Okay? Explain how the points from A, B, and A negative B are related graphically. Well, if you have A, B, and then you change it to A negative B, how are they related? Do you remember? So, if we go AB, right? Say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? And then we go A negative B. So, A negative B. What happened? It's a reflection, right? It's reflected across the x-axis. Okay? That's geometry. Okay? Explain how the... No, that we just did. Okay. So that's 13. Then we go to 15. And 15 is determine whether or not the table could possibly be a table for functions. Well, how do you know if something's a function? Right? So if we're looking at this, how do we know that 15 is a function? Or isn't a function? Input is x, output is y, right? So is any x's the same? No? Then it's a function. There you go. That's through 15.